What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Millionaire Locator, where I give you the hidden gems on exactly how to be successful in the apartment locating industry, working with renters, being a locator in general versus selling homes. So, today's topic, what are we discussing? If I had to start from square one with $0, what would I do from 30 to 90 days to build up my clientele, build up my brand, and to close deals as fast as possible? Now, everything I'm going over in this video will be different for each agent, each state, because everybody has a different hustle, a different niche, and a different market. But the strategies and tips that I will be telling you all today can still be implemented no matter where you are, where you're working at, because everything is a numbers game. And I've been doing it for 4 years, so I know the proof is in the pudding. So this is exactly what I would do starting off. So number one, we already know about social media. We already know how important social media is. So starting with some type of social media presence and brand. Now, personally, for me, the one I think that I will start off with to get me the most leads and better chance to close deals would be TikTok and Facebook Marketplace. Now, why do I say those two? So Facebook Marketplace, one, it is a great way to get tons of free leads. People go on Marketplace to shop, to buy things, to look for rentals all the time. So having a ton of different listings up there on the Marketplace is a great way to get tons of different leads. So again, like I tell you all the time, no more than 50 listings up on Marketplace. You want to do 5 a day until you get to 50. And then you refresh and replace the ones that aren't performing well versus the ones that are. Now, keep in mind when you're uploading these listings to Marketplace that more people have less than spend, meaning more people can afford less rent versus a higher end community, a higher end rental. So when you are making these listings and these posts, be sure to keep that in mind, because you want to make sure that you're getting a volume of leads and people coming in and not just 1 to 2 every other day. So that would be number one, is getting those 50 listings up on Marketplace, because every day I'm getting people that reach out to me on Marketplace to this day right now. And I probably only have like 25 listings up. Actually, let's see, it's probably 22 listings up to be exact. And the reason I took some down because I was getting so many different leads coming from other different platforms that I just want to cut back on some so I can be more efficient. But if I'm starting from square one, I will get that 50 up there and I will be overwhelmed as fast as possible, because we know that this is a numbers game, especially with locating. It's more about volume. Now, the other platform we are going to use is TikTok. TikTok right now is the most used platform out of all the social medias. People scroll on TikTok all day. People treat it. You can watch YouTube videos, you can watch movies, people live stream on there. You can do almost anything on TikTok right now. And it grabs people's attention a lot longer than other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and different platforms like that. People literally sit on TikTok all day and scroll. And then the way the algorithm works, I believe that you have a better chance of going viral. It pushes your content out to the right audience. It doesn't matter if you're brand new. You don't have to like build a rapport or get into algorithm, anything like that. Just the hashtags, the type of video it is, the way TikTok's platform is, it pushes it out to that, usually that exact audience that you're trying to target, especially if you use hashtags in different locations. Now, TikTok is a great way to get tons of leads, because I use TikTok every day. I post on it about 3 times a day to this day. Now, if you're starting off, this is what I will be heavy on posting, on building my brand, because I believe you can build it faster. You can build it more efficient as well versus the other platforms. You don't really have to spend money on ads with TikTok. I have yet to spend an ad on TikTok versus Meta, Instagram, Facebook. I spend ads monthly to get leads, to get deals, but I can just post a video of me talking, a video of me giving free apartment tips, and I get tons of different leads from TikTok. So those would be the first two things I would do, is set up my TikTok and set up my listings on Facebook Marketplace to begin branding myself and getting those leads in. Now, the reason I'm going so hard and emphasizing on content is because it's 2026. You can reach millions of people by making a single post that is very relatable when it comes to rentals, when it comes to apartments, when it comes to real estate in general. You can reach tons of different people versus going out, having a door knock, having a cold call different people. One press of a button, a video that is valuable, that gives some type of education, and that also shows your personality as well, can bring you tons of different leads in. I use social media every single day to put myself out there to get leads on a daily basis. 90% of my leads come from social media, and I still get a lot of different referrals from clients, but at least one video a week goes viral for me, and that one video brings thousands of leads. And even the other videos that aren't going viral as well, those are still bringing in a couple leads a day. And then it's just a snowball effect when you hit that one big viral post. Now you're overwhelmed and you're having to take listing downs, but those are champagne problems. That's why I like to call them, because all you need to do is find a better system to stay better organized. Then you can handle more clientele, then you can close more deals. Then guess what? You're making more money. So that's why I'm prioritizing content in these two platforms. Now, another thing I would do is reaching out, is cold DMing. Now, again, we're imagining that I'm starting from zero, I'm starting from scratch. Now, cold DMing is a low, how can I say this? The closing rate is a lot lower, because again, it's cold. They don't know who the hell this is, DM me who you are. But the way I like to do this is, I'm gonna say it, is I go to other competing realtors, competing brokerages, other people that are in my niche. I will go to their followers, to viral posts that's on my feed. I will go through there, look through their followers, follow people that I see following them, people that comment under their videos that say, hey, I really like this apartment. I will go there, follow them, and any person that follows me back, I'm DMing them off rip. I'm reaching out to these clients saying, hey, are you interested in apartments in the city of Houston? All my services are 100% free. Now, I would do this to about 20 people a day on each platform. So right now, if we're just starting off with TikTok and Facebook, it's only 40 DMs. Now we're starting off with Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. That's 60 DMs a day. Now, the way I look at it, if I'm DMing 60 people a day, at least 10% of them have to do business with me, or have to answer to me, reply to me. And then that's about 6 people a day. And then if I can close about half of those people, it's about 3 people a day. The average rent in Houston is around $1,500. 15 times 3 is about $4,500 a day. That's how I look at when I was doing my cold DMs. So if I can reach out to this amount of people, on average, this amount of people is going to work with me, and then that amount of people I'm going to close at least this amount. And then the average rent is this. Just for that day, it's around $4,500 to $5K. Now, if you're doing it on a daily basis, this is how you're getting these 15K to 20K weeks, because you're putting the input there. I always tell my agents to focus on input. We're not realtors at the end of the day. We're not locators. We are content creators and lead generators. I want you to try to sell a home to be a realtor without doing the first 2 steps. You can't, because you're going to be selling a home to nobody if you don't know how to get leads. You don't know how to close them. So back into the point that I was saying is, when you're reaching out to these people, you want to, one, make sure that they're not a robot or nothing like that. You want to make sure that they do have some type of interest in your business before you reach out to them, because you don't want to just cold DM a person that's not interested in apartments or real estate at all. Now, that's just a waste of a DM. So you want to make sure that you're doing this also consistently, because starting off, this is what I did to make six figures, was going out cold DMing every single day. I was using all my platforms, Lux Life page on both TikTok, Instagram. So about daily, I was doing 3 different platforms, but for 3 different pages. So it was about 100 people a day I was reaching out to. That's a lot of people, but the numbers made up. I closed tons of deals. I made a lot of money just from that. And if I have to start out again from day one to build up my clientele, to get my name, my brand out there, I would do the same thing, because a lot of the bigger pages, like for instance, I'm not saying I'm a big time realtor or anything like that, but a lot of people will DM me. A lot of people will just comment under videos. And sometimes I don't get back to it because I have a warmer lead, leads that are a lot more warmer versus a DM, versus a person that's just commenting under here. Then I have to verify if they're really looking for something. I have to make sure they're actually a solid client, versus this client right here that's hot red. Then that client would just sit. It's the same thing when you go into these other realtors and other platform pages. It's not that they don't want to reach out to them. They don't want the money. It's just time consuming. We already have a lot of warm leads. Someone can get left on the table, and that's where you can come in and pick out your scraps. You can live off the scraps. I ate off the scraps. I'm telling you, I promise you, I ate off the scraps. So that would be another thing I would do my first 30 to 90 days out, is cold DMing every day. Figure out your number, figure out the stats that work best for you, and do that on a consistent basis. And I promise you, the output is going to be something that you are very proud of. Now, I don't think starting out, you should be putting too much money on ads. Now, if you are putting money on ads, it should be a great apartment deal. Like, say, for example, if you're in Houston, 2-bedroom in the Heights area going for $1,700, something like that. That's going to get a lot of attention, a lot of clicks. That's going to bring you a lot of different leads coming in. Now, I don't think you should be spending a lot of ads, on higher end communities, something that just looks good or anything like that, because the closing rate on those is a lot lower and you're going to get a lot less leads. So I think spending money on ads is okay, but make sure that whatever you're spending money on, it's something that's attention grabbing, or it's something that's building your brand. Like, for instance, a nice video of you talking, saying, hey, my name is Sterling. I offer free apartment services for the city of Houston. If you need help finding an apartment in the city, fill out the link in my bio. Something like that is good money to spend on within the 30 to 60 days, because you're building out that brand. Now, I will possibly wait to the last 30 days after you've been consistent with your content, you've been consistent with your lead generation, because when you run those ads and people come to your page, you want them to be able to see that you already have proof in the pudding. You don't want to go off first week running ads on your page, and then people come to your page, oh, he just started, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with doing that, but you want to get the most value from your dollar. So wait till that page is a little more built out. It looks a little more fancy. You have highlights there. You have maybe pictures of you closing clients moving in, different things like that that show this person's actually in real estate, not just trying to get a sale, before you do run any ads on your page. But one thing I will spend money on just starting out is some type of CRM and database. Now, you all know about Agent Access, which I will be doing a video on that very, very soon. It is probably the best CRM, apartment database, realtor CRM for buyers as well, that you can use, or a smart apartment, Spark, anything that can help you send out lists and manage your clients' data. So manage all of your clients and your customers' relationship management. That exactly what is a CRM. So I will be spending money on that too, just starting out, because you don't want to wait until you're having a lot of different clients, a lot of different leads coming in to spend money on your CRM. No, you want to wait. You want to start at the jump to be organized. That way, when everything catches up from the things that you were doing from the 30 to 90 days. You're already organized. You already know where exactly to plug these clients in to be most efficient in your business. So what I wasted time doing starting off was a lot of the things I did was manual. Again, I didn't really have a mentor until about my third year into locating. So I really was figuring a lot of things out on my own, and I was doing a lot of things manually. Now, when I say that, I mean like sending apartment lists manually, Googling the name, trying to find the rates, copying the name, putting it into the list, instead of having a CRM, a database where I can just press a couple buttons, options pop up, and then I can just send it straight to a client. I was spending a lot of time on that. I was spending a lot of time chasing checks. Now, this is something I talked about in another video. If you're doing renters, if you're working with renters, working with locating, and you want to do sales as well, make sure your brokerages have some type of locating system in place, because you do not want to be chasing these checks from these management companies. It is very stressful. It takes a lot of your time off the table that you can be using to talk to new clients, but you're chasing money from clients you already closed. So having a brokerage in place that already helps with this makes your job a lot easier. So make sure you're spending time on researching the correct brokerage and doing your due diligence on paperwork too, because you don't want to overpay anything for these services. Also, I say a good 80-20 split, 70-30 split is pretty good. Anything over that is a little excessive unless they are giving you some of the leads. Now, I hope this video pretty much sums up what exactly you can be doing for your first 30 to 90 days starting out as a locator. Again, everybody's results will vary, but if you're doing the things in this video that I'm telling you from the jump and you're doing it, let's say 5 days a week, you're gonna see amazing results just because the input is there, and a lot of other realtors aren't doing this. A lot of people are reaching out to realtors, reaching out to locators, and they're waiting versus someone taking initiative, reaching out to them, saying, I can offer you my services, or you being consistent with your listings posted on Marketplace and then following up with those leads within an hour to 24-hour window on a consistent basis. You're going to close deals weekly, if not on a daily basis. And that's even for a brand new locator. When it comes to Marketplace, when it comes to TikTok, social media, the main thing is honestly being consistent, being fast with your reply, and making sure that you're listening to what the client is asking for and then delivering that as close as possible. So I hope this video helps. Rewatch it if you need to. If you do want to break down on the apartment locating process and exactly how you can be successful from scripts, trainings, modules, from the full breakdown on being successful as a realtor working with renters, please check out Rich Off Apartments or the Millionaire Locator, as I give you the hidden gems and a full guide training on and be successful in this market. So I hope this video helps. Stay by the bless and see you soon.